Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminati Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. Close the door, it's cold. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे. हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. Let us recite Bhagavad Gita Sloka. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. We're reciting chapter 12, text 11. Okay. Those who want to go first or need to go first, please raise your hands. Aditi Lata Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अथैतादपि अशक्तोषि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Arunita.
अथैतदपि असक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्म फलं फलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. Translation. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Let's go in order now. Inba, Inya. Mataji, Jai Ganesh.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अतैतदप्यसक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. Translation. If, however, you are situated to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated.
Inya.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगम् आश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अतैतत् अप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगम् आश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्. Translation. If, however, you are unable to work in the consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Jai Ganesh.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अतैतदप्यसक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. Translation. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Isha, you're able to recite? Ashish.
अचैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि
Ashaktosi. This is not asakti, this is
अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated.
Madhava.
अतैतदप्यसक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all the results of your work, and try to be self-situated.
Then try to act, giving up.
Then try to act, giving up all the results of your work, and try to be self-situated.
Yeah. Isha.
अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated.
Rasapriya.
अथैतदप्यसक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यतात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, all results of your work, and try to be
Try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated. Yeah. Next is Lokesh.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अतएतद् अपि अष्टोऽसि अशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगम् आश्रितः सर्वं कर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यथामवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this condition of me,
Consciousness.
of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-satisfied, self-distributed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada Jai Guru
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Yes, Mataji.
अथैतदपि असक्तोषि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यथात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Usha Mataji and Meda.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अथैतत् अपि असक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं तथा कुरु यथात्मवान्. Translation. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. Meda is still not here, Mataji.
Okay. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Please
Jai
accept my
Shri
humble
Prabhupada.
obeisances, Mataji. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
अथैतद् अप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यथात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
Yes. Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Sri Prabhupada and to the assembled devotees.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
अथैतद् अपि अशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यथात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Who didn't recite yet? Pragnya.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अतएतद् अपि अशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगम् आश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यथात्मवान्. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-stimulated, situated. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Okay, I'll recite. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 12, text 11. Athaitad apyashaktosi kartum madyogamashritah sarvakarma phalatyagam tatah kuru yatatmavan. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. Okay. Let's read Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, chapter 19 or 18? Chapter 19. Okay. So King Yayati gets liberated, isn't it? Achieves liberation. Okay. So King Yayati is telling Devyani, his wife, this story of the he goat and she goat, who are actually himself, and it's his own life story. So yesterday we read that when the she goat found out that her husband, the he goat, is also having a relationship with another she goat, then she became disturbed, very angry, and she understood that he was not actually her friend. He was just, for the time being, he was her friend for the time being. So she just left to go to her former maintainer. And of course, the he goat tried to pacify her in so many ways, following her on the path, but she didn't stop. The she goat went to her former master. So, who is her former master? It is said it's a Brahmana. But this Brahmana was also the maintainer of another she goat. What does this mean? Srila Prabhupada explained in the purport. Who is this Brahmana that this she goat went to? Shukracharya. And he's the maintainer of another she goat means, who is he maintaining? Shukracharya is maintaining. Who is the other person is maintaining? His wife. Yes. Yes. His wife. Shukracharya is maintaining his wife. So then, what is the message that Srila Prabhupada is giving? Yeah, just raise your hands. Don't just start answering. What is the message that Srila Prabhupada is giving? What is the meaning of this? She goat went to her former master, and he was the maintainer of another she goat. So we understand this former master, who was a Brahmana, in King Yayati's case, it is Shukracharya. What is the significance of Shukracharya's being, having a wife or maintaining a wife? Devyani went to take shelter of Shukracharya, and Shukracharya is maintaining a wife. What is the significance? Okay, Inya and Anba. Who raised first? I didn't see. Okay, go ahead.
We did, Mataji. Shukracharya is no better than Yayati because he is also indulged in sex. So he
Very
was
good.
also the maintainer of his wife, like King Yayati.
Very good. Okay. Aditi Lata Mataji, do you want to add another point there?
Yeah, so he was in the seminal succession, and that's what Prabhupada was saying, that this is also Mameti,
Yeah.
me and mine.
Yeah. One more point that is related to what she said, what Inya said, but there's one more point about Shukracharya that Srila Prabhupada says in the purport.
That about that a woman has to be protected either by father or by husband and later by son.
Yeah.
So she's coming out from her husband's place, she will have to be protected by her father.
Correct. So this is about the woman. But about Shukracharya, one more point about Shukracharya.
So because the other point was because he was in that material concept. So when he cursed the king, then he took it back, thinking that, oh, my daughter will also face problem. So
Okay.
that's why he took it back.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some little bit more. That's the point, but there's a little bit more to be added there. Yes, Inya.
Mataji, Shukra means semen, and that's why Shukracharya was considered to be the Acharya for sex life.
Okay. Okay. But also there's another significance of Shukracharya. Acharya means what? One who teaches by his example. So anyway, the point is Shukracharya is very learned. He's the guru of the Daityas. And he was so advanced in his yogic practices. He had this mystic power by which, what did he do? When Devyani came to him complaining, oh, my husband is having sex with another woman, with Sharmishta, and she came and complained, what did Shukracharya do? Huh?
He used his power to make Yayati old.
Yes. He made Yayati old, an old man. So one thing is Shukracharya is so advanced that he had the power to make a person old. Not only that, when he realized, oh, so my daughter also will suffer. So then what did he do? Okay. Yes, Aditi Lata Mataji. You want to say?
No, the point I remember which you wanted to hear, because you said just now about this, that
Yeah.
he wasted his Brahmanical power on this. So that is another point, that they should not waste their Brahmanical power on this. Instead, they should
On
use it
this means, on what?
material desires and all. Instead,
Ah.
they should use it for progressing towards Krishna
Ye-
consciousness.
yes, self realization. You should use it for self realization. Yes, that's the point. So advanced, for see, you have spiritual progress means you can take Jnana path, Ashtanga Yoga path, and of course, Bhakti is there. So after practicing Ashtanga Yoga, or he's advanced. That's why he has this yogic power, mystic yogic power. So all that spiritual power that he gained by his spiritual practices, he's using for what? For just expansions of his sex life, right? For his daughter, and also for their continuation of sex life. This is not the purpose of yoga. Yoga must be used for spiritual advancement. That is the point Srila Prabhupada said. Okay? So anyway, so the she goat went to her former master. The former master was the maintainer of another she goat. So that is Shukracharya is maintaining his wife. That means he is also engaged in the same activity as King Yayati, and Devyani is going to Shukracharya complaining about Yayati. But her father is also engaged in the same activity. While you're going from one materialistic person to another materialistic person, how are you going to get? Yeah, she went to the residence. So what did so in the goat story, what did this Brahmana do to the he goat? He cut off the dangling testicles of this he goat. Why? Because this he goat is having sex with other she goats. So therefore, if he cuts off the testicles, then he won't enjoy sex anymore. So that was his thing. His calculation. So he cut off. So in King Yayati's case, Shukracharya cursed him to become very old and invalid. Okay. But also it is said later on he joined those testicles, rejoined them by the power of mystic yoga. Just like Yayati was given youth back, right? Shukracharya, by his mystic power, was able to exchange Yayati's old age with his son's youth. Text 11. Please help me. Who's supposed to read today? Did Isha read last yesterday? That was day before yesterday. Who? Yes, Inia.
I read last Mataji.
So who all read in your family?
Only me and Inba.
Only you and Inba. So Mataji and Prabhuji, they're going to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Sambadhavrishanahasophi yajaya kupalabdhaya kalam bahutitham bhadre kamairnadyapi tushyati.
My dear wife, when the he goat had his testicles restored, He enjoyed the she-goat he had gotten from the well. But although he continued to enjoy for many, many years, even now he has not been fully satisfied.
Yes. So this is King Yayati's own story. So the he-goat, after he got his testicles rejoined, restored by the power of the Brahmana, he started to enjoy with his wife this she-goat that he had, delivered from the well. But in spite of enjoying for many, many years, still he's not satiated, he's not satisfied, he's not fully satisfied. That's the reason why King Yayati is telling this whole story to Devyani. Even after living a materialistic life for such a long time, still I'm not satisfied. So he's telling this story. So, purport, Jai Shri Mataji.
Mataji, she's not here.
She's not there. Isha. Yes, purport.
When one is bound by affection for one's wife, one is attached to sexual desires that are very difficult to overcome. Therefore, according to Vedic civilization, one must voluntarily leave his so-called home and go to the forest. Panchashordham vanam rajet. Human life is meant for such tapasya or austerity. By the austerity of voluntarily stopping sex life at home and going to the forest to engage in spiritual activities, in the association of devotees, one achieves the actual purpose of human life.
Yeah. This is also required. This is a Vedic injunction. What is it? Panchashordhvam vanam vrajet. Panchashordhvam vanam vrajet. Urdhvam means higher, right? So you go above panchas. Panchas means 50. Hindi you say pachas. In Bengali you say panchas, right? So panchas urdhvam. When you cross 50, vanam vrajet, you should leave home to go to the forest. This is Vedic injunction. Why? Because as long as you stay at home, naturally you will have affection for family members, right? You fight with them and everything, but still, you still have affection. That affection doesn't go away so easily. It doesn't go away so easily. And one who has affection for his wife, he will enjoy, he will engage in sex life. It's not easy to give up sex life. So then what to do? Separate. Voluntarily. Voluntarily you have to give up. Why? In order to progress in spiritual life, which is the purpose of life, which is the purpose of this human form of life. Self-realization is the purpose of human form of life. Of course, it's very wonderful if you are able to actually practice this. Srila Prabhupada says he is a grihastha brahmachari, and he is even greater than one who is not married and is a brahmachari. One who is in the presence of his wife and he's still not agitated. That is, he's an advanced devotee. He's a grihastha brahmachari, even though he's living with his wife. Actually, about grihastha brahmachari, Srila Prabhupada says same thing. It's not that he uses it. He uses it in the service of the Lord. That ability for having sex is not for enjoyment. Rather, it's a tool. It's a tool, or it is something which can be used in the Lord's service to produce children and then raise children in Krishna consciousness. And then when there is no need, then you don't use it. If you have that type of control, okay, then for you it does not matter whether you are at home or in the forest, it does not matter. So the main important thing is you have to have that self-control. But if the object of sense gratification the sense object is right in front of your eyes, it is difficult for ordinary people. So it is said, out of sight, out of mind. That which is not in front of your eyes, you tend to forget about it. That is why you leave home. You leave home. Because if you are at home, naturally you have affection. Mameti, mama, this is mine, right? Aham mameti. Aham means I am this body, and mama means everyone related to this body. My wife, my children, my parents, my community. That thing will not go away easily. So by force you have to give it up. When? As soon as you cross 50, you should give it up. This is Vedic injunction. Panchashordhvam vanam vrajet. According to, so we have all the kings that we read about in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of histories of kings. All the kings that we read about, they have all at some point given up their homes, isn't it? Do you have any example of any king who just continued to stay at home until death? Well, Dhritarashtra tried, but even by the mercy of Vidura, he also left home. He also left home. Vanaprastha, leaving home. So it is essential for all men. Next. Why this is said? Because King Yayati is saying, I've been enjoying for so many years, still I'm not satisfied. And you will never be satisfied. You'll never feel like, yes, I've had enough. No. That's the nature of lust. It burns like fire. The more you feed it, the more it burns. Right? You put fuel in fire, you put more and more ghee. By feeding ghee, you are thinking, oh my dear fire, here, I'm feeding you enough ghee. Now eat this ghee and now you sleep. Is the fire going to sleep? Going to go to sleep after eating all that ghee? No, it'll rage like anything. Lust is like that. And we foolishly think, I will satisfy this lust and then the lust will go to sleep. Right? Yes, now I'm satisfied. Thank you. And no, never. It burns like fire. The more you feed it, the bigger it gets. It wants more and more and more. And the poor living entity, Jivatma, is just like trying to satisfy the demands, right, of the senses. And in order to do that, he works so hard, takes so many risks, gets into trouble. So yeah, the way to control lust is being strict. No, not that, okay, I'll give you some and then you become satisfied. That's not going to work with lust. So therefore, by force, why we do that? Because this is the Vedic injunction. Whether I like it or not, whether it is comfortable or not, cut it here. No more. This is Vedic injunction. Next verse. Tathaham kripanah subhru bhavatyah prema yantritah atmanam nabhijanami mohitastava mayaya. What is King Yayati saying next? So, who read? You read. Isha read. Krishna Shish.
O my dear wife, with beautiful eyebrows, I am exactly like that he goat, for I am so poor in intelligence that I am captivated by your beauty and have forgotten the real task of self-realization.
So now King Yayati is directly saying, that he goat is none other than me. I'm just like that he goat. I'm so poor in intelligence that I'm captivated by your beauty and have forgotten the real task of self-realization. Isn't it? The goal of life is self-realization, but being so enamored by your beauty, I forgot the goal of life. I'm so foolish. I'm so poor in intelligence that I forgot, just for the sake of some, for the sake of some sense gratification, I forgot the goal of life. Purport, Madhava.
When remains a victim of the so-called beauty of his wife, his family life is nothing but a dark well.
Nitvatmapatam grihamandakupam.
Existence in such a dark well is certainly suicidal. If one wants relief from the miserable condition of material life, one must voluntarily give up his lusty relationship with his wife. Otherwise, there is no question of self-realization. Unless one is extremely advanced in personal consciousness, household life is nothing but a dark world in which one commits suicide. Lal Maharaj therefore recommended that in due time, at least after one's 50th year, one must give up household life and go to the forest. There one should seek Sota's lotus of honey.
Lotus feet of Hari. Yes. So King Yayati is saying, I'm just like that he-goat. I forgot the purpose of life, which is self-realization. Being enamored by your beauty, I forgot the purpose of life. So forgetting the purpose of life is risky, isn't it? Because then you'll get another birth and you don't know for how long, and you don't even know if you're going to get an opportunity to endeavor for self-realization again. What if you took birth in an animal form? It's not possible to practice yoga in animal form. So why all this trouble? Because of becoming a victim of the so-called beauty of one's wife. If one is in family life because of being attracted to the beauty of one's wife, then such a family life is a deep dark well for him. What does that mean? What happens in a dark well? It's death. If you fall in a deep dark well, you are finished. You're finished. It's just a matter of time. You're going to die. So such a household life where the center of that household is attraction for sense enjoyment, lust, then such a family life is actually deadly, because it's going to take you to hell. See, to hear such words are sometimes or often people think, my God, what's wrong with being in family life and having a happy family? You know, husband, wife, children, we are all together. What's wrong with this? Why you're talking so heavily against this, right? What is wrong with this is because you're not preparing. See, you may say, I like my family life, right? I have a good family and together we are living happily. But this happy family life is also going to be taken away from you. It's not going to stay with you. But illusion is to think this is the way of Maya. Maya makes you think, yes, this is home, sweet home. We are going to live happily ever after in this home. Isn't it? We're going to live happily. We're going to live our whole life What is whole life? How long is that? Days are passing by. We don't even realize how many weeks have passed. Days are just passing by. Similarly, before we know, it's time to die, time to give up this body. And all the plans that we make to stay together and live nicely, happily, everything is, all your plans are thwarted. And because you didn't prepare for the last moment, which is inevitable, all your life you've been simply thinking about how we can, improve our condition in this life, how we can all come together and enjoy together. That has been my meditation all my life. Then when the cruel reality comes in front of you in the form of death, you're not prepared for it. So this is foolishness. That is why King Yayati is saying, because of uh, a poor fund of intelligence, being poor in intelligence, because of being poor in intelligence, I became enamored by the beauty of my wife, and then I forgot the purpose of life. That should always be in the back of our mind, whatever else we are doing. Remember in the 7th canto, I think we were reading, right? Intelligent man is he who externally shows his family members that he's listening to them, right? And he's affectionate to them and everything, but in his heart he's completely detached. He's completely detached. That means he knows that this is not going to last. Now you'll get question, so what about in Krishna consciousness? How can we be callous to each other? No, nobody is saying you should be callous to each other. Just your relationships should be based on the real platform. They should not be based on the temporary platform. That's all is being said. Is there no affection in the spiritual world amongst devotees? Oh, their affection is real affection, and it is millions of times more than whatever affection we have here. So we will have that affection for family members. That's why what is Srila Prabhupada saying in the purport, unless one is very, very advanced in Krishna consciousness, it is not possible for him to save himself from this family attraction. Let's read that line in the purport. See, unless one is extremely advanced in spiritual consciousness, unless one is extremely advanced in spiritual consciousness, household life is nothing but a dark well. So you can take it for granted that the general principle for everyone is you must give up family life after your 50th year. This is the general principle for everyone. Men, all men. Then how can we give up? We still have small children. Yes, so you should plan your life from the beginning in such a way that you can retire by the time you're 50 and your family members can manage on their own. Because after all, you work until you're 50 for the family, but 50th year onwards, complete focus on your spiritual progress without any diversions. This is Vedic injunction. Or you cultivate this is even better. Cultivate this even while you're in your family life. You cultivate, become extremely advanced in Krishna consciousness. It's not impossible. It's not said that it is impossible, but you have to work towards it. You know whether you're working towards it or not. And if you're not working towards it and you cannot control, then okay, then leave home and go. But if you are foolishly simply staying there and thinking it's okay, death will come to everyone. Death comes to the intelligent, death comes to the foolish. And when death comes, we are not prepared. Then we will be crying. All our loved ones, family members standing around us, they will also be crying because we didn't prepare for the reality. So we don't want to, like Maharaj Yayati is lamenting, we don't want to lament like that. While we are still young, we want to become conscious of the truth, of reality, and work in that direction. So, unless one is extremely advanced in spiritual consciousness, household life is nothing but a dark well in which one commits suicide. Yes, it is suicide. If you stay in a household where you are attracted towards sense gratification, then such a household life is a suicide. It's like committing suicide. So what does Prahlad Maharaj say? Yes. So yes, it is understandable that when you're living with family, there will be attachment, there will be attraction. Accepted. Yes, it is there. But after 50th year, now you give up. Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means no sex life. Finished. And the wife can go with the husband because the husband is not accustomed to living without wife. But even though they stay together, there's no sex life. And they are traveling to holy places, they go on pilgrimage. So in this way, of course, the husband is preparing his consciousness, but he's also taking his wife to all these holy places. So he's helping her also in her spiritual life. And then he brings her back home when he's ready to take sannyas, or he sends her home. So their sons are there, they'll take care of the wife, and now he takes sannyas. This is the program. This is the program. And sannyasi means total 100% dedicated to Krishna's service and complete dependence. He is not even making any arrangement for his daily food, prasadam, where he will get. No planning. Simply depending on the mercy of the Lord and traveling. This is the plan. Okay. So Yayati is lamenting, right? He's lamenting, and he says right in the beginning, King Yayati says, any householder who or any householder who has left home, who has renounced household, he will lament when he will hear this story. He will remember his own life as a householder, how he was running after sense gratification and how he wasted his life. He will lament by hearing the story of this he goat. Text 13. Yat prithivyam व्रीहियवम् हिरण्यं पशवः स्त्रियः न दुह्यन्ति मनः प्रीतिं पुंसः कामः तस्य ते. रसप्रिया.
A person who is lusty cannot satisfy his mind, even if he has enough of everything in this world, including rice, barley, and other food grains, gold, animals, and women. Nothing can satisfy him.
Yes, again, we discussed this already. It's like lust cannot be satisfied, right? A person who has lust, who is lusty, cannot satisfy his mind even if he has enough of everything in this world, including rice, barley, and other food grains, gold, animals, and women. Remember, Vamandev says that for a person who is not satisfied, even if he gets everything within the three worlds, still he will be hankering because he has not learned the art of being satisfied with what he has. What is the nature of lust? The nature of lust is hankering. You want more and more and more. Srila Prabhupada says, just because you're earning so much more, are you going to eat more than 3 or 4 chapatis? Think about it. But the nature of the mind of greed or lust is that we feel, no, this is not enough. I have to expand more and more and more. Like that frog, right? Like Dr. Frog, he's saying this much, this much, this much, and finally it burst open. Of course, that's a different example. I just remember that. But I'm saying the nature of greed, that's also coming from lust only, mode of passion. You want more and more and more. Of course, here specifically lust means we are talking about passion, right? Attraction for sex. So when there is, for a person who is lusty, who has attraction for sex, for a lusty person, there cannot be any satisfaction in his mind. He may have everything. He has a house, he has food, he has clothes, everything is there. But he is never satisfied. He's always hankering for more and more and more. This is the symptom of a person who is lusty. There is no satisfaction. Nothing can satisfy him. Purport. So, therefore, we cannot bluff sadhus, All this is already said in sadhus. Sadhu means an advanced, spiritually advanced person. He knows Shastra, right? So he can understand. Simply by seeing that somebody is lusty, he will understand if he's lusty means he cannot be satisfied, or the other way around. If he sees that a person is not satisfied, whatever he gets is not satisfied, you can tell, based on this Shastric, based on Srimad Bhagavatam purpose, you can understand that this person must be a very lusty person. Because he's not satisfied with what he has, you should understand he's a very lusty person. Or somebody who's lusty, you can understand this person is never going to be satisfied with anything. You give him everything in the world, still is not going to be satisfied. They are interrelated, not being satisfied and being lusty. Purport. So after Rasapriya, Lokesh, actually Sonia Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Improvement of one's economic condition is the aim and object of a materialist, but there is no end to this material advancement. For if one cannot control his lusty desires, he will never be pleased, even if he gets all the material wealth of the world. In this age, we see much material improvement, but still people are struggling to get more and more material opulence. Manasastani indriyani prakritisthani karsati. Although every living entity is part of Supreme Being, because of lusty desires, one continuously struggles for so-called betterment of one's economic condition. To have a satisfied mind, one must give up this hard disease of lusty desires. This can be done only when one is Krishna conscious. Mataji, can you read that?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out the meter. Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam hridrogamaashvapahinotya chirena dhiraha Go ahead, Mataji.
If one becomes Krishna conscious, then he can give up this heart disease. Otherwise, this disease of lusty desires will continue and one cannot have peace in his mind. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Maybe this is Brahma Samhita. Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam hridrogamashvapahinottya chirena dhiraha. Yeah, Brahma Samhita meter. Okay. So if one becomes Krishna conscious, then he can give up this heart disease. What is the heart disease? People, materialistic people, they show this as a great virtue. When you get a heart disease, right? What is the heart disease? You feel lusty for somebody. And they say, this is the most beautiful thing that can happen to you, that you have fallen in love with someone. And that heart disease is actually really a disease that's going to kill you. But they just project it, portray it as something very wonderful. It's not very wonderful. It's death. That does not mean you should not get, married and all that. But why do we do that? As a duty, dharma, for the sake of dharma. We have so many examples. All Yudhishthir Maharaj is married, Parikshit Maharaj is married, Dhruva Maharaj is married, everyone, all kings, they're all married. They're all Rajarshis, Vaishnavas. So marriage is not bad, family life. But attraction, attachment, sense gratification, that is bad. Try to get the point. Having children is not bad. Dharma viruddho kamosmi, Krishna says. I am that sex life which is not against religious principles. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if I can make my children Krishna conscious, I will have sex life 100 times. He's a Naishtika Brahmachari. He never ever discharged semen. Naishtika Brahmachari. And he's saying, I am willing to have sex 100 times. If I can make the children, if I can produce Krishna conscious children and raise them in Krishna consciousness. So that is not bad. But am I actually doing that or not? That you have to see. I have to see. Right? The whole problem is we use statements like this from Bhagavatam and we label it nicely on ourselves. Oh, this is what is said. Family life, no problem. If your family is devotees, no problem. But are we actually living like devotees with that consciousness? That Krishna knows and I know, you know about yourself, right? So we have to become more serious in Krishna consciousness. That's Bhagavatam. Why we read Bhagavatam every day? It's a wake-up call. Wake up, isn't it? Otherwise we'll be sleeping in the lap of Maya. Jeev jago. Kota nidra jao Maya pishachira kole. For how long will you sleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? Wake up, wake up. This is Bhagavatam every day telling us, wake up to reality. So, what is the way to solve, to cure this heart disease? What is that heart disease? Lust. Lust is the heart disease. And someone who has lust in his heart, he won't be satisfied. He will always be working for economic development, which is everyone in the world today. And we are even encouraged to work for economic development, earn more and more and more. Right from children, we are fed this. You should try to get into this profession, that profession, because it fetches you more money. You will have a nice, bright future. Isn't it? So, Endeavoring for economic development means what? What does Bhagavatam say? It means lust in the heart. It is the heart disease. Then, if you have a disease, what should you do? You should get it cured. You should go to the doctor and get it cured. Isn't it? You have a disease, you have to get it cured. What is the cure for this heart disease? Krishna consciousness is the cure. Krishna consciousness is the only cure. There is no end to this material advancement, for if one cannot control his lusty desires, he will never be pleased, even if he gets all the material wealth of the world. Yes. So there is much material improvement. Yes, even in all of us, especially those who are adults, we have in our lives seen such a drastic change in the standard of living, isn't it? Everything, even the money that we earn, everything has multiplied so much. The way we live, our homes. Earlier generation, even if you had money, you wouldn't just make your house bigger and bigger and bigger. You live in the same house, isn't it? So in every way, right? How many of you actually had cars when you were children? I'm talking about the grown-ups. Hardly anyone, isn't it? And now everyone has cars. Everyone, it's a necessity. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. So from that angle, you can see there's so much material improvement, advancement. You're earning much more. But are you satisfied after earning all this? It's not enough. Yes, we are earning, but it is not enough. We need more and more and more. And this will not be satisfied. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport. If one cannot control his lusty desires, he will never be pleased, even if he gets all the material wealth in the whole world. Or even if one gets material wealth, all the material wealth of the world, he won't be satisfied. Why? Because there's lust in the heart. So in this age, we see much material improvement, and Prabhupada wrote this in the 70s. Now we are in 2024. Since then also so much material improvement has happened. But still people are struggling to get more and more material opulence. Struggling. Karshati. Manaha shashtani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Karshati means he's like struggling. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, Satchidananda. We are supposed to be blissful all the time. But we are struggling. Why? Because of lusty desires. Then how to solve, how to treat this disease? Only when one becomes Krishna conscious can this disease be treated. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39 is saying, if one becomes Krishna conscious, then he can give up this heart disease. Otherwise, this disease of lusty desires will continue. One cannot have peace of mind. So are we trying to be Krishna conscious? If we are trying, then that's wonderful. If we are not trying, then we should wake up. We should wake up, because there's not much time left. Apart from everything else that we do for our survival, the main business is Krishna consciousness. And Srila Prabhupada has given us a simple program. Rise early in the morning. Chant at least 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Read Srimad Bhagavatam. Eat only Krishna Prasadam. Don't eat anything which is not Krishna's Prasadam. Associate with devotees. And then, whatever occupational duty you do, earn your income in an honest way. And then use that wealth to serve the Lord, specifically to push this Sankirtan movement. Because this Sankirtan movement is the savior. It is the savior of all people. So if we live by this standard, then yes, we are actually working towards becoming Krishna conscious. Then we will be, our heart disease will be treated. But if I am saying, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time yet, you'll be busy and death will come, and you'll still be busy and you'll go away also, only to take birth again in some other body. So don't be so busy that you don't get time to think about Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is first. And individually, no one else can help us. Nobody can help us. Others can just tell us. Unless I take that step myself, it's not going to happen. Each one has to take that help step himself or herself. And don't think, oh, we are still children and later on it's going to happen. No, nothing is going to happen automatically. You will have to make that choice yourself. Otherwise, years will pass. You'll become even 50 years old, 60 years old, still you'll be thinking, oh, I'll do later, I'll do afterwards. काल करे सो आज करे सो अब पल में परलय होत है बहुरी करेगा कब. Right, whatever you're thinking you'll do tomorrow or after 10 years or after your, whatever you have set, after I finish my studies, after I get married and settle down in my life, after I have my kids, after my kids are grown up and I retire, that after will never come. Do it now. Not even today, now. That's what King Yayati is also saying. We don't want to lament like King Yayati. At the fag end of our life, oh, I wasted my life. We all have experience of facing examinations, not preparing for exam, and just before exam, we sit and cry. Oh, I wasted so much time throughout the year. I wish I had studied then. And now before exam, sitting and crying. What's the use? So let's not wait. Let's try to become serious in Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna consciousness is the only way, only medicine which can cure this heart disease. Okay, that's the end. Now we will read Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 1, text 24. Please repeat. Sanjaya Uvacha Evam Ukto Hrishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata
गुडाकेशेन भारत
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये
सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्.
स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्.
Sanjaya said,
And yes,
O descendant of Bharata,
descendant of Bharata,
having thus been addressed by Arjun,
having thus been addressed by
Lord
Arjun,
Krishna
Lord
drew
Krishna
up the fine chariot
drew up the fine
in
chariot
the midst of the armies
in the midst of the armies
of both parties.
of both
Yes.
parties.
So we saw Arjun said to Krishna, please take my chariot in the middle of both the parties. Why? I want to see who has come here to fight with me. Who are the people that I should fight with? And also I want to know who are those wicked people who are supporters of Duryodhan. We know how wicked Duryodhan is. He tried to usurp our kingdom. That means his allies will also be like him only. Who are his allies? Who are wicked that I didn't know before. I was thinking they were friends, but now I will know that they are also like him. Birds of the same feather flock together, right? So they all must be together. They are supporting Duryodhan means they should have the same mentality like Duryodhan. Who are these people? I want to see, Arjun said. When Arjun said that, and of course he said Achyuta. Achyuta means, oh, you are the Supreme Lord. Just because I'm telling you to do it doesn't mean I am the master and you are chariot driver, you are my servant. No, out of your affection, you have agreed. Now that you have agreed to play the role of chariot driver, please take me like that. But you are always the Supreme Lord. I am your servant. That's why Achyuta. So, in this way, when Arjun said, what did Krishna do? This was. Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies. Yes, Krishna also carried out Arjun's, So, what is the verse? So, there's some important terms here. Gudakesha, Evamukto Hrishikesha. So, when Arjun spoke to Hrishikesha, Krishna is called Hrishikesha by Sanjay. Sanjay is saying, when Hrishikesha was told like this by Gudakesha. So Arjun is Gudakesha and Krishna is Hrishikesha. When Gudakesha told Hrishikesha to take his chariot in the middle of both the parties, what did Hrishikesha do? Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Sthapayitva Rathotama. He took the chariot between both the parties. Purport. In this verse, Arjun is referred to as Gudakesha. Gudaka means sleep and Isha means controller. So Gudakesha, Gudaka Isha. Gudaka means sleep and one who conquers sleep is called Gudakesha. So Arjun is called Gudakesha because Arjun has conquered sleep. Sleep also means ignorance. So if you are accustomed to sleeping for a long time, right? Even after sunrise, if you're sleeping, that means you are in the mode of ignorance. It's not good. Ignorance and Krishna consciousness, they don't go well together. Yes? Mode of goodness is good. If you are in the mode of goodness, the next door neighbor, you can go to transcendence. But if you are in mode of ignorance, you have to come to passion, goodness, and then transcendence. So if you're sleeping even after the sun has risen, that means you're in ignorance. How will you transcend from ignorance? But if you rise early in the morning, that is goodness. Rising early in the morning is goodness. Okay. So here, Gudakesha, Arjun has conquered sleep. Not just sleep. He has conquered. Sleep means ignorance. Arjun has conquered ignorance. So Arjun conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. Again, just what we read in Srimad Bhagavatam. The only solution to this heart disease of lust is Krishna consciousness. How can you conquer this mode of this sleep or the mode of ignorance? By Krishna consciousness. Arjun, because he was Krishna conscious, therefore he was able to conquer sleep and also conquer the mode of ignorance. That was only possible because of Krishna consciousness. So Arjun conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. As a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment. This is Ananya Bhakta. Not for one moment he could forget Krishna. Because that is the nature of a devotee. Either in waking or in sleep, a devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. Thus, a devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. This is called Krishna consciousness or samadhi. As Rishikesha, or the director of the senses and mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjun's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of the armies. Thus, he did so and spoke as follows. Okay, so who is Krishna? Krishna is called Rishikesha. Arjun is called Gudakesha, and Gudakesha told Rishikesha, take my chariot between both the armies. What is the significance of Rishikesha? Rishika means senses. Rishikesha means the master of the senses. That means, Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport that the why Sanjay is addressing Krishna as Rishikesha, because Krishna, because he is the master of senses, he knows what is Arjun's purpose, why he is telling me to take the chariot between both the armies. One of the senses is what? Mana Shashtani, 6 senses. Mind is also a sense. So Krishna is the master of senses. So he knows, he is the controller of the mind, he knows what's going on. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is saying. So then Krishna understood Arjun's purpose, why Arjun is wanting to go there. And Krishna carried the order as a chariot driver. So tomorrow maybe we will discuss Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary on this verse also. I'll just leave this as the bookmark for now. And we'll just discuss if additional points from Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's angle we'll discuss also. And I'll just read one paragraph of Leelamrita and we will end. Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita, continuation, chapter 17. Srila Prabhupada's new home. Remember? Srila Prabhupada's typewriter was stolen. So, and then Srila Prabhupada felt that there's no guarantee that again in future it won't be stolen. So it's not safe to stay in this apartment. And at the same time, at Paradox, that restaurant, those who were attending Srila Prabhupada's classes, the younger generation, the younger people, hippies, they were very much into Swamiji. So they were thinking he's living there so far, he should come and live here in the Bowery, Lower East Side, where all of us live. So they said you should come and get an apartment here. And Srila Prabhupada considered that because, well, Srila Prabhupada said young people, they take to Krishna consciousness because that's the age for education. Whereas old people are already set in their ways. They don't take very easily. Those who have taken are very fortunate, but generally, old people, it's difficult. So these young people are calling, and of course, Srila Prabhupada, wherever Krishna gives an opportunity, he would just go there, right? So one person, he had his, he got some inheritance, and then he got a loft, and then he was going to move out somewhere, and he was renting it to Mr. David, and he said Srila Prabhupada also would be staying there, like that. So let's see what happened after that. Srila Prabhupada's new home, the Bowery, had a long history. In the early 1600s, when Manhattan was known as New Amsterdam and was controlled by the Dutch West India Company, Peter Minuit, the governor of New Netherland, staked out a north-south road that was called the Bowery because a number of breweries or farms, okay. I guess that's what they say in the Dutch language, breweries, meaning farms, lay on either side of that road. It was a dusty country road, lined with quaint Dutch cottages and bordered by the peach orchards growing in the estate of Peter Stuyvesant. It became part of the high road to Boston and was of strategic importance during the American Revolution as the only land entrance to New York City. So this is the history of the Bowery or the Lower East Side of New York or Manhattan. Okay, so I'll let you digest that for today, and then we will continue reading tomorrow. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for joining. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.